Alright, we're going to subtract integers on this crisp morning. Alright, yes. Excuse me? Yes. Alright, so subtracting integers. Well, we've known each other for 8 weeks now. I think I can finally let you in on my little secret. Come on now, don't be lying to yourself. Don't lie. I'm a math teacher, been a math teacher for like 16 years. But I have a confession to make.
You're going to give us $10?
Your 7th grade math teacher despise subtracting integers. I despise it. I hate it. Can't stand it. It's so annoying. Can't stand it. I don't know.
That's not really a secret.
It never grew on me. Subtracting integers is just something that there's just no need.
It's the hated child.
It's the middle hated child. Oops.
That hurts.
That hurts. Middle child. Sorry about that. Well, you know. I don't like subtracting integers. So I knew today I was going to have a horrible day today because I had to teach my first period how to subtract integers, but I despise it. I can't stand it. It's the worst day ever, and it lands on a Monday. What's worse than teaching subtracting integers?
Monday.
Teaching it on a Monday.
A car accident.
Okay, all right. So, guess what? We're not going to subtract integers.
Oh, yay. Why did you write it with marker? What's the point of doing this then?
We're going to do what is called okay, here is the rule. We're going to rule number 1. You're going to add the opposite. Because I hate subtracting. So instead of subtracting integers, we're just going to add the opposite and ignore the fact that you're subtracting.
So you're never going to teach you that? Probably, I guess.
So for example, rule number 1, add the opposite. Number 2, follow the addition rules. So when we're subtracting integers, what we're really doing is we're adding the opposite and we're following the subtraction rules. Okay? What are the subtracting rules? Well, we talked about the subtracting rules last week. Yep. So the addition rules are here. If the signs are the same, you will add and keep the sign. If the signs are different, you will subtract and ask yourself, what do you have more of? So you're basically going to be using these rules over here. But the number 1 thing to remember is the first part is to add the opposite. Okay? Because Miss O'Malley hates subtracting integers. So we're not going to. Who likes to subtract? It's like paying bills. Let's say I get paid $100, and all those $100 I got to pay this and I got to pay that. We're going to subtract, and then Miss O'Malley ends up with no money. Terrible. So for example, if it's -5 minus 10, -5 minus 10, this subtraction sign makes Miss O'Malley kind of angry. Kind of sad. Kind of disappointed. All in one. All these emotions running through me. Follow the addition rules.
So 5 plus 10.
No.
5 minus
No.
-5.
Yep. This first number stays exactly the same. Okay? This one stays exactly the same. You don't change it. Don't change the first one. The firstborn is always perfect. It's not. Okay. First one stays exactly the same. Do not change it whatsoever. Subtraction is just sad. It's just terrible. Don't like it. Don't want to see it. Get rid of it. What do we change it to? An addition. So your subtraction sign turns into an addition. Okay? Now this number, we have to do the opposite. What is the opposite of the number 10? Negative 10. So this 10 becomes a negative 10. And now I see an addition problem, which makes Miss O'Malley happy. And your goal in life is to make your teachers happy, so there you are. So now you're in addition mode. You see an addition sign. So now you go back to your addition rule that says if the signs are the same, you're going to add. Are the signs the same? Yes, so you're going to add. What's negative 5 plus negative 10? That is your answer. So negative 5 minus 10 is equal to negative 15.
I thought that answer was negative.
No, that's why we're learning a rule. Negative 5 minus 10 is actually negative 15. You rewrite it to addition, you add the opposite, and you get negative 15. All right, let's continue working. Do I expect you to learn this at the very first example? No. Okay, I do, but whatever. All right, 16 minus 30. Okay, so subtraction makes Miss O'Malley angry. And we don't want Miss O'Malley angry because then she'll give us like a bunch of homework. That's how, you know, how do I resolve a problem? I just give you more homework.
That's just messed up. It's worth it. Why don't you give yourself more homework?
Yeah, it is. It's true. You know, we talked about this before, right? So, how do you make Miss O'Malley a happy camper? Does the first number change?
No.
No. The very first number never, ever, 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 ever changes. So you remain a 16. Subtraction turns into what? An addition. That makes me happy. What is the opposite of 30?
Negative 30.
You're writing this down. All of it. The first, okay, so all of this that I wrote down for the first problem, the word opposite, the happy face, the mad face, all of that is to help you learn how to do this. You don't get to choose what you get to write down or not write down. All of it needs to be written down. Because when you go back to this, my hope is that you see the word opposite, Eddie, and you know what it means. You see the angry and happy face. That's just extra. But for some of you, it's going to help you like, oh, I remember what she said. Okay, got it. So please write this down, all of it, with happy faces and sad faces and everything. I cannot believe I am sitting here telling you what to do. All right, here we go. Now you have 16 plus negative 30. This problem up here, it disappeared. It's no longer in existence. Yay. Okay, now you go back to your addition rules and you ask yourself, are the signs the same or different? Different. So what do? You subtract them. But you subtract them kind of like on the side, not really existent. Some of you can do it in your head. You're not like formally rewriting your problem. You're just kind of going to the side and going 30 minus 16, which some of you can do in your head, some of you can't. So you write it down. Whatever, doesn't matter. What do we get?
14.
Now, do you have more positives or do you have more negatives? More negatives. So your final answer is negative 14. All of this written down. All of it. We okay? All right. What if I give you 8 minus a negative 4? 8 minus a negative 4. First number, does it change? No. So you draw an arrow going straight down and you write 8. So that shows you, like, oh, look, we didn't change it at all. It stays exactly the same. The subtraction turns into what? An addition sign, a plus sign. Very good. Yep, this one changes to its opposite. Let's write the word opposite so you know, like, oh, that's right. I got to add the opposite. What is the opposite of negative 4? Positive 4. Well, look at here. Now I have a third grade problem. 8 plus 4. 12. We okay? Now, what do kids do now? This is the number one mistake kids start doing. Are you done? I will give them a problem that looks like this. Do you rewrite this? No. So if you see an addition sign, don't mess with the problem. You leave it as an addition sign. Problem. Okay? Don't mess with it. But what do kids start doing? They're like, well, didn't we change this to didn't we do the opposite? Yes, we did. That's because of subtraction. Miss Molly hates subtraction. She doesn't want to see it. If you see an addition sign, don't change it. Stay with it. Okay?
Same thing with times and multiplies.
Yeah. Times and multiplies we have no issues with. The only one we have issues with is a subtraction sign. So we change all subtraction signs for like the rest of your life, basically. Yeah. Okay, I know this is what makes math hard. But do I end up subtracting? Yeah. You do end up subtracting. Why do I end up subtracting? They're different, right? It's a negative and a positive, right? So we do end up subtracting. But do I rewrite it? No. You do not rewrite this. You do subtract, but you do not rewrite it to subtraction. All right. Let's do two problems. Yes, it is negative 6. All right, let's do those two problems. Who can tell me how to rewrite the first one? How do I rewrite the first one?
Put the minus as a plus, put the 20 as a negative 20.
Okay, who can tell me how to rewrite it from the beginning? What do I rewrite, like, Brianna, what do I, like, write? What exactly do I write?
Negative 17 plus negative 20.
Okay. The next time I give you a quiz, this is worth points. Just doing this. So, no, you do not get to choose if you write this down or not. This will be tested. Why? I'm kind of magical in the way that I can see into your future, and you don't see it, but I see it. You get to do this in high school. And if you do not know how to correctly rewrite them, the math just becomes like, what am I doing? So this very simple thing that you guys some of you are like, oh, I don't have to do that. Yeah, you do. You do. Yes. Question? This is what I look into. That's it. All right, what's our answer? Yep. All right, how do I rewrite the second one from the beginning? How do I rewrite the second one from the beginning? Yes?
Keep the 19, change the minus into a plus, and make the 39 a negative 39.
Good. So this is worth a point as is. Okay, what's our answer?
Negative 20.
Be careful, negative 20. You okay? All right. Any questions?